Okay, hi everyone. Today we're going to talk more about not what we've read or what we've listened to or what the principles are even, but how they affect us, how they've changed our lives and the way we view our lives. George and I were just sort of discussing it and really thought that it might be helpful to you all to know that to this understanding, it has changed some of the stories we tell ourselves, some of our perceptions. I'm going to let you start first, George, since this was your concept, and I really think it's a really great one.
Okay, so for me, I was just thinking about why why this is important, and this conversation about how our experiences create, our true nature, realizing our true nature, what it has done for me, and why I think it's important for others to even know about it, because sometimes we can get so lost in trying to describe the words and trying to paint a picture for people to see. But it's easier for me and more impactful to just say, my life is different, right? And I didn't do anything. I just realized that I was more than I thought I was. And not more than I thought I was in the sense of, oh, look at me, I'm this. No, it was a quiet realization that there is more to me than anything I can ever think of. Because who I am is before thought, before any thinking or any idea that I can come up with. So it's that realization, it's that realizing that, oh, it's not just this body, right? It's not even the concepts I have of the kind of person I am. Oh, you're a good person, you're evil, you're a good friend, you're all those are ideas and things that I've picked up. But before all that, even in the midst of all that, there is still a constant, you know, source of all experience that can get buried under all the beliefs and constructs and concepts that we've intellectualized all through life. So the biggest benefit I've seen is realizing that who I am is cannot be conceptualized. I cannot come up with a concept, an accurate concept of who I am. So whatever I think I am, it's just a made up idea trying to represent the real thing. And rather than getting stuck on that limitation, I can realize that there's more to who I really am, and just be. And not get too caught up in the content and what is going on, and feel like it needs something about me, or it is telling me about whatever is going on. But seeing that we have this capacity to create experience, every experience we're having, and it's not something that you can choose to turn on or off or that kind of thing. But those concepts that we have, that we've created, that we use to run our lives, are not the end all and be all. They are made up ideas, but there is more beyond, looking beyond those ideas. And that has really been impactful for me.
Yeah, I think the concept of looking beyond is important for me, because when I had my realization, it was like it hit me like a ton of bricks that, okay, these labels I've built up around myself. I'm not anything that I could think of. I'm more than that. There's more to me than I can conceptualize, than I can put into thought. And thought creates my experience. So if I focus on, being bipolar or something like that, then I'm putting a lot of attention and energy into that concept. And that's just a construct. It's not who I am. And I think the thing that really resonated for me was that there is a core Deanna that existed before, will exist after, existed before my birth, will exist after I die. And so I think it just sort of frees you up to be more playful with your life, and live more in possibility than potentiality or probability. You can start to be more playful as a child and look at the world with wonder and curiosity. And I'm a lot more curious than I was before, because before I think I was bogged down by those stories I told myself or that other people created about me. And I thought, well, oh, they must be right because they know me or whatever. And I realized that I don't even know myself sometimes, because I have these concepts about myself and thought processes that have been either by others or I've self-created. More to me than those labels. That's what the understanding has done for me. It's kind of put on its head, as in, oh, okay, I'm not necessarily this or that. I can be whatever I choose to be. I can create a different reality. I can create a different experience if I want to. It doesn't have to be this way. That we get to play and we get to shift and we get to change, and even that is a construct, but it's one that can be more meaningful. And it also, for me, creates this concept of interconnectedness. Times I felt alone or strange or different from other people, but everybody has this going on. Everybody has a certain essence, a certain core that is greater than themselves or greater than their concept of themselves. We are all source, we are all essence, we are all spirit. So we're unique in some ways, but we're also connected in others. And it helps you look at other people and say, well, I'm going to them, I'm going to try to understand them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I like, distinguishing the way you distinguish our ourselves and our concepts of ourselves, because we're born and we're just who we are, just experiencing life and being in the moment. When we're happy. When we're sad, but there's no extra meaning attached to it. So children don't go around saying, my little daughter could be upset this minute and crying, and the next 30 seconds she's hugging you, daddy, and she's smiling, and every all that's gone. She's not forming a story about what that meant and what this means, and it's seeing, for me, it's also seeing that there are things in life that are, whether we know them or not, whether we believe them or not, whether we realize them for ourselves or not, it's that realization was big for me when I realized and began to see, and we know some of those things. We know, like, is more or less like the most common one. Everyone knows that it's something like gravity, even if you don't understand how it works. But we know, and it's built into almost everything we do. So that's the reason why you won't carry your laptop and expect it to be suspended in the air, because it'll hit the floor. So you have to place it on something, because you understand the fact of gravity. You don't need to be told. You get it insightfully that there's something, and you don't walk around memorizing or remember gravity. It's just gravity. You just embody. You just realize that that's how it works, and it's seamlessly incorporated in everything we do. And it's realizing that there is a way in which in which human beings are. There's a way human beings have been created, and there is a way that experience, or our human experience, is created in everybody, every individual. Now, whether we all realize that, realize the truth of that, does not affect how it actually is. Just as whether I know how gravity does not exempt me from the effects of gravity, not make it less true because I don't know it.
Right.
So when I saw that there were certain things that were just true, irrespective or regardless of what I thought about them or what I think about them at any point in time, whether I believe them or not. It's not about my belief. It's not a concept. It's not my idea. It's not my opinion. It's seeing, realizing that some things are just true. There are things in the world that are true, and it's the more closely aligned my own personal understanding is to that thing, the better my life will be.